So we are back on the bank through the middle of lockdown. Hopefully everybody's doing well that's watching. Crazy times we're in. It's been a strange old start to the year. We're just into the start of May now. This is the first sort of proper session I've done as such, sort of 24-hour session. You see the little ducklings there. Great to see it this time of year. All the nature starting to wake up. Well, I say we've been it's all been going on. A lot of family stuff going on. The birth of my son, the most important one, last week on the 24th. Baby Toby was born, and mum and baby's doing really well. So I say the last few months has been a bit hectic about the fishery, and then the middle of this COVID-19 crisis obviously is all going a bit mad. But before anybody decides to say that I shouldn't be fishing, I live on site. My house is about 10 yards from the lake, and I say this is my back garden. So obviously I'm very, very lucky and very privileged that I can still get out in the bank. I know a lot of you can't, in fact most of you, but I say we're very lucky we can. But I haven't been doing much fishing lately. Plenty of work going on around the fishery. I've done an odd hour here and there on the surface. Had a few nice fish up to 14.5 pound. There's Mr. Robin down. See if I've dropped any boilies, no doubt. But so I've had a few fish off the surface. The weather's been fantastic in April. Couldn't have got a better start to the year. Fantastic start. I'll say probably one of the best springs we've had in a long number of years. And typically when that happens, we're going through crazy times. But such is life. So we're doing plenty of work around the fishery. We have, as you can see, one of the wee projects we did was we've done all our platforms with fake grass. A good friend, William, donated all this. One of our members. It was all offcuts. He fits this stuff for a living. So it was all offcuts and bits and pieces that were left. And we put it on all our platforms on the fronts of the rest of the pegs. So I'll give you a better look at it later. But we're down on peg 5. Just got the rods out just after tea time, about 6:30 or so. So the rods are just in. One down this left margin, just in below the trees here, in the shadow of these two trees, and the other one's up this right hand side here. So it's looking good. Self and Susie are here. So everything's just been set up. I've got the tablet on. I'm gonna watch some YouTube tonight. I'm gonna have a little bit of a barbecue. I'm just gonna chill out and say a few things I want to catch up that I haven't seen. If we get a fish, it'll be a bonus, but hopefully so. Let's say we've been very, very busy. Say we have the new stock pond all finished up, all the other fences. I hope you've seen it in the last little video I did. Say we've been doing a little bit of bank work around the lake, a bit of planting, and I say we've done all that fake grass, and say we're just trying to get through these crazy times, and hopefully we'll all get out the other side of it and everybody's healthy and well, and it'll all go away as quick as it came and everyone can get back in the bank. So we'll go and get the evening sorted. Going to put some bait in. Started off with just a little handful of boilies, but I'm going to add to that to bait in these two spots, obviously this one here and then the right hand margin as well. Probably put about ½ kilo in each to start with. So I just put a few in to get going, put the rods in, a couple of boilies just to see if there was anything in the air without making too much disturbance. But the rods have been in there sort of half an hour, 3/4 of an hour now, so I'm going to bait it up, see if we can't bring a few fish in, and we'll see what the evening produces. Chat to you in a bit. thing we do every session, it's hugely important that everyone should be doing, is just checking your line when you're setting up. You see I just took everything apart here, my tubing, the rod's propped up against the bivvy with the bail arm open, my tubing, my lead. I've cut the swivel off already with the rig, the old rig. I'm just running my fingers through, showing a bit of rod length of the line, just checking any little kinks, any little abrasion. That's the bit that's been in your bag, could have rubbed against the zip, could have rubbed against the side of the bag, caught when you were putting them away, or even in your last session could have caught something on the bottom. So just run your line, so that's actually pretty good. There's one wee piece just about 3-4 foot back above the tubing that's a little bit rough, it's been frayed, something has rubbed against that. You'll obviously not be able to see that in camera probably, but I'll hold it up anyway. Just along here you can see there's a little roughness in the line. So what I'll do is I'll just cut that off. So you don't have to take your tubing or anything off, you just slide that back up the line. I say it definitely pays off well in the long run. Then what we're doing is we're going to put a new swivel on. I used to be quick change swivels. I won't change it every session, but every 2 or 3 sessions I'll put a new swivel on, because again those can become weak. Definitely they can bend straight out of shape, and the last thing you want is the swivel giving and losing the fish for something so simple. But I use those little quick change jobs. You just hook your rig on there and then pull your little tail rubber over it. And again we'll just tie this new swivel on. Again I use just a simple double blood knot. 8 turns. And what we do is we go through the big loop at the back of the eye, and then through the nether loop that you've just created. Always moisten your nuts. Pull that down taut. Just check that the knot is seated nicely. It's good and strong. I never trim my tag ends too much. Always like to leave, you know, I don't know, 5-6 mil of a tag end. Just means if that knot does slip a little bit, you've got that that little bit for it to give. Then again, that's that done. So it's just a case of putting everything back together. The rig, just let our tubing down, your lead, pop your swivel back in, and that is you more or less good to go. And just simply pop your swivel inside, the little bit of line, the tag end inside is popped inside, so it's not going to stick it out or anything, no one's going to see it. I never push my swivels in too far either. Generally just the first loop is enough, gives plenty of movement. And again that's just, we'll just hook a new rig on, and that's that good to go. But something to say that's very important every session, and if not halfway through the session, you know, run your fingers down the line. I'm just going to see if I can find that a little bit, maybe you can't see it a little bit closer. So even there you can see on that line there, there's a little bit of a kink there. Again, you can just see it there, it's been nicked. That's a little bit of a weak spot. That's going to be a weak spot in that line, just right here. You can see that kink is. That's that's enough that general turns you're playing the fish right and you're using plenty of drag, you'll be fine. But if that fish snaps its head, I always liken it to like a tow rope effect of a car. You tow a car with a very thin piece of rope, but if you snap the clutch out too quick, you'll snap anything, the thickest rope in the country. So I say just run your finger and checking for those wee kinks and stuff. It's generally only the last few feet of line. Obviously you can't check the whole reel, so just doing what you can to put all the odds in your favour. The last thing you want to be doing is hooking into a good fish and then it coming off. That's something to think about, something worth trying. Beautiful morning it is. You can see the sun starting to appear over the hills. Absolutely gorgeous. You could live with that every day. But it was a quiet night, to be honest. I had 2 fish. 2 commons about 8-9 pound. One about, I think first one came about 11. Second fish was about 1/2. Second fish came from this side, one on each rod, and wiped the left hand rod out somehow. So be honest, I just left the two of them in after I'd unhooked the fish, slipped it straight back. Didn't bother with photos or anything, so two nice commons though. It's looking good this morning. Susie hasn't quite woke up yet. But apart from that, we had a little barbecue last night. So I didn't do any footage yesterday evening, I just chilled out, watched a bit of YouTube and cooked myself some dinner. So everything's looking good. We're just greening up. See the stock pond. It's looking good too. It's all greened up lovely, the reeds is all out. Daffodils have been out. See a little radar running over here from the wee little air pump. Some apple trees planted along here too. So we'll have a little orchard along the back there at some point when they grow. But we'll set up as normal. That's one thing that I did do a little review on, was the Ridge Monkey water bucket. Don't bother buying one. As you can see, if I can demonstrate, there's more water runs out of it than stays in it. See it leaking out the side, full of holes. So within the first few times I used it, it's all cracked right along here. Not sure where it was when they printed this sticker on. It's made it weak, but definitely not worth the purchase. Great theory on it for seeing rigs and testing rigs and things, but bucket's no use if it doesn't hold water. See everything's set up. So, she's decided to wake up. It's only me, Egypt. What? So, with the rods back in, just gone about 5:30, put the rods back in. Again, just one off the trees here, just basically in the shadow of those two trees and below these branches. On the other rods up this right hand margin below the trees here. Plenty of fish showing this morning, and again last night, so it's looking good for another few bites. Right, we're going to put the kettle on and get some tea, and we'll see what the morning produces. Well, just thought I'd give you all a look at how I tie up my PVA bags this time of year, how we set up. I'm using our fishery boilies as such, and kipperbaits, again squid and scopex, and plum. We had fish in each last night, so they're both working. Again, we do those in the 14mm on the 18mm, as you can see. I tend to use the 18s all the time. Again, I'm trying to target those better fish, and it does tend to keep the tench away and the bream on sort of, well, nuisance fish for myself. Obviously everybody's different. Again, if it's just bites you're after, you're just wanting to catch a few, you're not worried about what it is, what species, then sticking to the smaller baits is definitely better. But say we stick to the bigger ones. But what I do, I use say the PVA mesh. This is the narrow mesh. You can use the wide, you can use whatever you want. Stick a wee stick mix one or the boilie one, it doesn't really matter. Single boilie, nugget of foam, another boilie on top. I tend to just squash those just to split them. One, lets the bag go nice and tight so it melts quicker, and two, it releases a little bit more attraction into the swim. So just tie that bag off as tight as you can get it, and then a second knot just so you can cut in between, and then your PVA is ready to go the next time. That's that. So little PVA bag with nugget of foam summies in between. Save your two boilies, and again you can split those again. Tend to just squash them, not flatten them or anything, just enough to break them. And that again just releases that little bit more attraction. Also tightens the bag when you do that a little bit more. So again, the tighter that is, the quicker it'll melt, the quicker it'll sort of explode. And then we're just on our usual rig, our little slip D rig. as we normally use. Again, with the boilies, especially these freezer baits, these are all made fresh for us, again by Kipperbaits. We tend to bring small amounts in at a time, you know, 10 kilo of each, and only replace those when we're coming near done. Again, those are made to order as such. They're not set in the fridge. I'm not buying hundreds of kilos and having those sitting about, and I think it makes a big difference, the fact that your bait's fresh. Again, we use our bait screw. You want these out of the freezer a couple of days previous to fishing if you're going to use a bait screw on them, because they are quite a soft bait, easily digestible for the fish. But again, that just gives them, lets them harden up a little bit and allows you to use the bait screw. Perfectly fine to use straight from the bag nearly once they've defrosted off on a normal hair, because you obviously have your boilie stop it pulling off. But with the little bait screw, you just want them, let's say, urge out a little bit, and all we do is we nick to the foam with the hook, and again, just so that point that hook's just showing it no more or less buried in the foam, and that's it. Again, that's giving that round that hook bit a lot of attraction. And I say, once that PVA melts, the nugget of foam will melt off the hook. It'll pop to the surface. You've also got your visual indicator, somewhere to bait up to. Gives you a nice marker. Again, that'll also stop tangles when you're casting. Because of the weight of the PVA, it'll always want to fly ahead. I say, it serves a lot of purposes as well on the bottom. Lets everything come down on top of any bits of leaf litter there might be, rather than the hook catching it, catching twigs. That's going to lie on top of everything really and melt. And again, I say, you've got that couple of little bits of attraction, and the only real, because you broke these up, proper item of food is your hook bait. So get this one clipped on, get it out there, see if we can't get a bite. Give you a little look at the stock pond we're talking about. We got finished up the back of Willow Pond. We've got our radars installed again as well. Put them back in last week. We use the splash here, and then we have the 4.7 radar in the main lake. Everything's greening up lovely, as you can see. Lovely time of year. Built this little hut. We're trying to hatch some chickens at the minute in the incubator, so we built another little chicken coop for whenever these hopefully hatch. We've created this nice laneway up into the side of this new pond. We're waiting on some stones coming. Obviously everywhere's closed at the minute due to the corona, so once everything reopens we'll be able to get some nice stones to finish this laneway off. But that's the new pond. So all finished, all planted. See with flag iris and carex. Just waiting on it. Starting to grow, and again this has all been sowed in wildflower. A lovely view from here over the two lakes. You can see the wildflower's all starting to grow here. This was sowed at an earlier date, this part of the bank. So it's already starting to green up nice. All the different colours, different plants coming out. There's some trees planted here, some silver birch. It'll create a nice little wooded area again for the wildlife. Let's say it's all coming together. We have some tension here. We put 5 tension in this pond to colour it up. We're going to put our eggs in here this year when the fish spawn. So we put some tension to colour it up, stop the weed growth. It helps to stop the light getting down. And they seem to be doing quite well in there. So everything's starting to come together. Everything's greening up. Spring's well underway. The chickens are happy. in their new home. Fence originally run along the bottom of this bank, down along here. Somebody had this little strip before. They've now got right up around this pond, right down around where those trees are and all the run. So it's all other fenced, right the way around. Rocky the rooster. Right, we'll get back around to the swim, get the rods back out, see if we can't get another bite. For his first fishing trip, week old, and he's out in the bank already. Definitely going to be an angler in him. Bethany's here too, and Mama Bear. So say that's us for another vlog. So just those 2 fish last night, but 2 good fish. We can't complain at that. I'll say it's been a big fly hatch today, which has definitely kept things slow. Quite a few fish up and about in the stock pond as well, which sort of shows where those fish are. They're hanging just about a foot below the surface. Maybe if I'd have been put the effort into the zigs, maybe we might have picked something off, but that's it. We enjoyed it anyway. But thanks very much for watching, folks. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give it a wee like. Chat to you next time.